changed my mind, and I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more things, and then by the time we get back, they'll be baked, and then we can actually put the jewelry together. But I have to do these two things before that can happen, so it won't take but just a few more minutes, maybe 5 minutes. So I went ahead, I wanted to show you, I went ahead and I put, let me show you this. And here I've got them ready to bake. I've got them on this, I have them here on this piece of paper. So if you'll notice, what I did is I took little pieces of this clay, I rolled them up in a ball, and I put them, small pieces, in these little divots that we made, okay, to make like ornaments. That's what we did, or that's what I did on this one, okay? Same concept. So those are like ornaments. Now, what I'm going to do next is remember I told you about these mini diamond filler? We're going to use these as our ornaments on here. So let's see what colors we use so we can kind of keep it the same. Looks like I used some of the gold. Looked like I used the green maybe. I think it might be in blue. I think I used maybe the blue, this color, and maybe this color. So we're going to do, is that the color? Or maybe just two colors. I think I just used the two colors. I think I just used the blue, yeah, and this gold looking color. Okay, so we just used the two colors. So we're going to fix up my handle to my okay, so here we're going to open this. And then we're going to put, it looks like, oops, these things. Oh, I know what I need to put get my, I've got a tool. Yeah, here it is. It's a bejeweled tool. I got this at Hobby Lobby, and it helps you pick up these jewels. So this is the tool. It's got like a little wax thing. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for me to pick up. Of course it is. All right, there it is. Let's see if I can do this. I want to make sure I stay in frame. So I'm going to pick this up, and we're going to put it right here. And I'm going to take the back side of this tool. It's got another one, a bigger one on it. But just kind of mesh it down flat so it stays in there. Take another one. Come on. What happened to my sticky? There we go. Put it over here on this side, because we want to do kind of the opposite of the other earring, okay? Again, I'm going to tap that down a little bit so it'll sit in there. All right, let's take one and put it, come on now. You're being contrary. Here, I told you it'd only take 5 minutes to do this, and this is just not. Let's do it this way. All right, so let's put this one right here. Okay, push it down. And then I'm going to take this and put it right here. I'll do it right there. Okay. Take a couple of these gold looking ones. Again, I'm going to take a few out and put them on here. But I just think these are really neat. And I think it's a good deal getting them from $1.25 store. Except they weren't $1.25. They were actually $3. I don't know what they call that. I don't know if it's called the dollar extras. I don't know what it is. But at any rate. Okay. This one is being just like really bad. Come on. Okay. Flip him over. Come on. All right, we're going to put him down here. So again, I'm going to tap these two down. Get a couple more of these out. Put this one right here. And one right here. And then we have place for one more, two more, it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to put one right up here. I need to get some more sticky on that because that's not working so well. Gonna put that right there at the top. So we're gonna put one more here. I think my finger is gonna do just about as good a job as this. Not really, but kind of, sort of. Alright, mash that in, make sure it's in there good, because it's going to bake. That's why I want to come back, because it's going to bake into our clay pieces here. And then I'm going to do one more on each of the blue, and then we're going to decorate this. So here's this one. Put that right there, mash it down. And oops, let's do this one. Ooh, I don't like that one being right next to that one, but oh well. We'll make it work. Okay. So the trees are done. Now we need to work on our ornament, and then we'll be done. So the ornament, I think I'm going to do, could get crazy with it, but I think I'm going to do, I think I want the white one here. See if we can get a couple of those are pretty. Ooh, I like those. These have got like an AB on them. I don't know if you can see how sparkly they are, but they kind of have like, those are pretty, an AB on them. So, let's flip you over right here. I'm going to put one right there. Right in that spot. All right. And then I want one. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to put one up here, I think. Right there in that spot. Oh, I had him backwards. He didn't want to go in it like that. Okay, he wants to go that way. I gotcha. All right, so I've got that one. I want to put another one up here. If I can grab another one. One, not two. I think those two were stuck together. Those are really pretty. They're really shiny. All right. And we're going to put one right there. Let me make sure I got the, yep, I got the right end in there. It goes down. There we go. Okay, so there we go. We got that one in there, that one in there, and that one in there. Okay, so let's look. I thought about the purple. I got a purple over here. I don't know. What do y'all think about that? I've got green. I've got a pretty red. Let's hold this up to the light. This is what we got so far. We got these three here. I've got some red. I've got these. Wonder how a green would look. Maybe this green. Let's do a green. Let's put the top on these before I make a mess. I got some silver ones too. I could do silver and gold. Okay. All right, and again, I'm sorry for coming back, but I really needed to get these in, and I wanted to show you how to do this before I baked them. So, yeah, I think the green will look nice if I could get him down here. Maybe. Let's put him on the bottom here. Oh. And again. Okay, there he is. Let's put one over here in that spot. And again, I have those there. And I think I might, I'll put one at the top here. We'll just go right here with one. And want to make sure that I have the right, yeah, that end goes down. The right end. I wanted to get some more, I think you can use like beeswax or something. I need to get some beeswax or something. I need to check that out. If somebody knows what I can put on this to make it sticky again. Apparently it's lost its sticky. It feels sticky, but it's not. All right, so we're going to do that. I think I'm going to put a couple of these. I've got a silver one over here. I think I'm going to put a couple silvers on it. Those are kind of cool. Again, let me see if I can get them. Put one up right there, if I can get it to turn over. Right there. All right. And one up here. right there. So here's what we've got, guys. We've got the silver, we've got the clear ones up here, we've got the green. I think I want to do a blue and maybe red, and then I'll finish this out, a blue and a red. So let's do a red. Oh, I've only got 3 spots. Okay, so let's see how the red ones go. Again, I need to turn that over. All right, that's in there. Ooh, I like the red. We'll do one more red. And then put this top back on here before I spill them all. I'm amazed I have not dropped them on the floor. Okay, so we're going to put him there. Well, Kim, that did not. All right, let's try this again. He goes this way. No, he goes that way. Okay, there he goes. So again, we're going to mash them in there good. And I'll tap them again before I put them, bake them. And I'm going to do one more. And do I want to do the blue or this? I think I'm going to use this one. No, I think I already used those. I'm going to use a blue one. Just to make it even more colorful. And we're going to put it right down there at the bottom. And we will be done. And then I will be done with this. We will, when it comes out of the oven, like I said, probably what I'll do is I'll come back in a few days and we'll make some pieces out of these, okay? I will bake them. I'll probably put the triple thick on them. No, I'll have to bake them. I might actually show you that. So we'll do this. I'll come back. I'll put this acrylic paint, the color shift on the Snowman, and do the highlights on the trees and do the highlight on this ornament. And I think I'll also show you, perhaps, maybe, the triple thick, how to put the triple thick on. I'll probably only show you on one piece. And hopefully that video should be very quick. Because I will have to let them dry before I can actually make jewelry pieces out of them. But I will go ahead and show you that process. So that's it on this. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. It's getting kind of late. But we'll come back when these have been baked. And I'll put the color shift paint on our snowman and highlight our trees here and our ornament. And then that will be done. It'll dry. And then we'll have to come back and put, I don't know if I can put the triple thick on that or not. At that point, it might still be dry and I won't be able to do that. But I'll go ahead and show you how to do the paint, at least. And I might be able to, since I'm only doing the highlight on the tree, I'll go ahead and put some triple thick on the tree for you. Okay, I'm done. I am done for tonight. You'll have a good evening. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know below. All right. Talk to you later, guys. Bye. Blessings. Hello. So we are back. And I am going to use some of the color shift that we talked about. It is acrylic paint. It's by Folkart, metallic gloss finish, and it's white. So what I like to do, these are our pieces, and this is after they've come out of the oven baked. And I don't know if you can see the sparkle in that or not, but it's so pretty. And the clay, even the back is real pretty. It's got some sparkle to it. I'm going to add more sparkle. I think I'm going to add some of this gold glitter in my triple thick. So we'll look at that. So there's that piece. We have the two trees. Okay. And again, there's a little bit of shimmer. I don't know if you can tell it in that one. There's a little bit of shimmer in the tree as well, plus the little stones we put in there. Okay, and then the same thing, the other earring here. So we're going to put a little bit of the paint on that. We're going to do the fronts and backs of these. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is quite the shimmer on these. I hate to cover it up, but I like the texture that this gives it. So we're going to do that. And again. And we cleaned them up pretty good. I don't really see... let me get my file. I'm going to show you here what I do. And I get these, again, at Dollar Tree. I buy what I can at Dollar Tree. And let me get my other glasses on so I can see a little bit better. But, you know, I use the file. And we just do it like this. Take off any edges that we have some issues with. I think for the most part, they're pretty clean. Here is one here. We'll just do this. And again, I just use these to get off any of the corners or pieces that are not smoothed down. So. And I just, you know, it doesn't really require a lot. And that's pretty much it. Let me look at this, see if there's... And that's all I do. That's why I like to try to clean them up before I bake them as much as I can. Because then the cleanup is real easy and there's not a lot to do. Yep, and that's pretty much it. So, we just do as much of the cleanup as we can on these. And for the most part, they look really good. There's not a whole lot to be done to them. I'm going to go ahead and shut that door in case my husband comes through the hallway. But yeah, for the most part, they look good. There's not a whole lot left to do. Just maybe a little bit of cleanup on them. And I just wanted to show you how really simple this is. And again, I find this the easiest. And I don't know, I love polymer clay. I love working with it. But I also want to make it as easy as I can on myself. That's just the way I do things. I don't want to have to feel like I'm, you know, I have to do more of this kind of work than I'm actually doing on the piece itself. So, you know, if I just do a little bit here and there. we're going to have to drill a couple of the holes, which reminds me, I had somebody ask me about my drill when we went to drill. In the comment section, I try to put comments in there, and I try to answer your questions in the comments. It will not, I don't know why, but it will not allow me to leave links to things. When you all ask a question, I actually get on Amazon and see if I can find, because I've had most of my things a very long time. Well, most of my tools I've had, like I said, an extremely long time. So what I do is I'll get on, I'll Google, you know, the tool. I'll get on, 9 times out of 10, I'll find it on Amazon or something comparable to it. Let's put it that way. So I did that. And then I was going to leave a link. Well, it won't allow me to leave the link to the Amazon stuff, so which is fine. So I felt like I need to go ahead and tell you. So in a minute, when I get my drill out, I'll show it to you a little bit better, but my drill it's called a NK, I think ENKAY, I believe. I couldn't find one exactly like that. But I did find one on Amazon. So I think what I might do, I might get my other phone out, bring that up. Oh, the picture is on this phone. That's not going to work. I do have a picture because I found it on Amazon, and I took a picture of it so that I could share it with you, and then I forgot it's on this phone, so that's not going to work real well. But you can do a search. Whoops. Sorry about that. You can do a search, and the search will be for, you just put in, it's a push drill is what it is. But mine's called an NK. And again, when I get it out here in a minute, I'll show it to you. But I can't, it's really kind of weird, but I couldn't find one exactly like it, but I found one that's pretty daggone close to the same kind. So I wanted to share that with you all. There's little bitty, I think there's little bitty drills. They're called hand drills, but it's not that. This one, and I'll get on here and I'll tell you about how long it is here in a minute too. All right, so I'm going to shake this off of my garbage. There was a little bit of the glitter from the clay. Actually, I'm going to remove this because I'm going to use, this is why I love this glass top so much, because I can actually, what I do, I'm going to shake this up a little bit. And I'll put a little bit on here. And the reason why I like this so much is because I can put it on this glass top and use the glass top. I do have a little paint thing I use, but I can just put it on here and we can do it from here. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to pour, make sure I'm in frame, and I am. I'm going to pour some of that paint right there. Now here's the brush I'm going to use. It looks like it's still got, I cleaned it out, I promise, but it looks like it's still got some of that glittery glue in it. And this is all I did. We'll go ahead and paint this first, and then I'll, actually, you know what? No. Let me get my Sharpie, because this is what I do. I use the Sharpie right here. And this is how I did this. So I take it and I basically draw the line right at the top. Let me get my other one out so we can do a little bit of a comparison here. This is what we got, okay? So I'm going to come down. This comes down a little bit further. We're going to come down to about right here. We're going to say right there, okay? And this is the back side. Do it right here. Right there. And then we're going to come around to the side. Come around to the side. I need to remember to stay in view. And right here to this side. Alright. And then I'm going to go, let's say right here. And we're going to come just like this. Right there. And right there. And this is his top. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my bigger one. That's just to kind of give me an outline of where we're going on the hat deal. And I'll take one of the broad markers. And again, this is a Sharpie. It says it's a fine point. This is ultra fine. Okay. And we're just going to do this. Color it in. Just like this. And this is his hat. Now, just to show you on this, I did the, I didn't do the inside, but I'll just do it just like this. Just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to go over here. I am going to do the inside as best I can. It is a little bit harder to do this on the inside. But I do think I like the, yeah, I may go back and do that underside of this one more because I think I like it better. More of the inside. But yeah, these are all baked, ready to go. We're just going to do our finishing touches on these. Okay. Again, I need to make sure that I get under there we go. And I just color that in. That's all I do. And I do try to make sure I get down in here real good. Now there are paint pens. You can do this with black paint pen too. And I do have one. But I don't know. Sharpie works. So I just do the Sharpie. And that's what I'm doing. But you can use whatever you want, okay? And what I'll do, I don't want this one to be as long as some of the ones that I have done. When I work with Polymer, first of all, I have decided I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to do a quick video because it never works out. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut on that from now on. And when you're doing polymer clay, it just takes, it's not a quick process. I mean, you know, I don't really edit anything. So when you look at my videos, they are going to be, you're going to see the mistakes, everything, all of it, good, bad, and ugly, if you will. Which, you know, that's just the way I figure we all can learn from things, right? So maybe you can even learn from my mistakes. Maybe you can even try to, you know, Kim, this is what you need to do on that. And I'm fine with that. Because as I've told you before, I am not a professional. I just enjoy it. I just love doing this. So, you know, if I can learn new things, I'm all about it. All right, so that's pretty good. I'm going to need to pull this up to me so I can see it a little bit better. See if I can get, yep, I got it. Because there's a couple places that just need a little more oomph, if you will. I got one of them. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so that's his hat. Okay. Hat looks a little lopsided, but that's okay. All right. So I think what I'm going to do, and again, I'm sure I'll hit this camera and I'm sorry. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do just this guy here, the big one, just like this. And then I may go off and do these two outside. We'll see how long this takes me to do, okay? All right, so this is what I do. I just kind of do it like this, okay, and put some on the there and kind of beat it off a little bit, okay? And then this is what I do. Now, this is the front side. This is going to be our back side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay it down. And I'm just going to do it like this. And it puts, I don't know if y'all can see that, but it puts like a really cool texture, right? And I love it. And it kind of puffs up. Can you all tell that? And I love the texture. Like, I love the sparkles. And that's all cool. And you can still see, I don't know if you can tell on this one, that the older one that I did, there, if you look at it in the light, there's still some shimmer in it. And a lot of it's because of this. I think this has some, if you look at this top, it's got some shimmer in it. So, but I love it. I love how it looks on here. And it just gives it a cool texture. It makes it kind of look like a fluffy snowman. And I just, again, I like it much better like this than I do. And we'll hold up one that's not been done yet, and you can compare it. But I just love how this looks compared to not having anything at all on it. Okay. So, let me hold it up. Okay. Again, look at that. See the texture on that? That is just so cool. All right. And I may have to touch up the black again, but that's okay. We can do that later. All right. So, there we go. There's the... Okay. So... I have to let that dry before I can do the back, okay? Okay, let me do, all right, so there's that one. And again, we have to let this dry. It takes probably about 30 minutes to dry, okay? All right, so I'm going to do one of those small ones here. And I may pause this, and then I'll come back after I've got all these done. Or maybe I'll move on to the next thing, and then I'll pause it. Okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, so again, here is a sample from the old one I did, our little guy here. So I'm just going to take my little small ultra fine point, okay, and we're going to do his hat. And if you could tell, I'm just trying to do, there's like a little indent that we made. I don't know if you remember when we made these snowmen, there's like a little indent. And we're just going to go with that little indent. All the way around the snowman. Just like this. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the top back on here so it doesn't dry out on me. Then I'm going to use my fatter one here. Okay. Just like this. Okay, and we're just kind of painting it or coloring it in or whatever you want to call it. On the top, on the sides. Get it all coated good. I'll have to go back over that with my thinner thing. And again. I'm trying to get as close to that as I can. I don't want to mess it up. Kind of have to have a steady hand, and I'm not the best at a steady hand all the time. So, like I said, I'll go back with the thinner one and do it. Okay, so here we go. There's his hat. And then I'm going to go back to putting that top on again good. Go back to this one. See if I can get down in there a little bit better. Yep, I did. All right, Kim. Good job. There we go. All right. That's a little bit better there. Okay, so here's his hat. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and I'm going to work on him. And again, if you look at this, you'll see he's fuzzy. Now, this did not, these little guys did not turn out as good when I painted them, okay? Did not turn out as good as the bigger ones, okay? But they're still real cute like this. And I did a lighter coat because I wanted to make sure I could still see their face, their arms, yep, I hit the stand, sorry. Okay, and I don't know if you can see this. It's got a little more texture on it. It's got a little more texture on it than the other ones I did. And I think you can still see the eyes and the mouth. I just don't want to cover that out because that's, you know, his little mouth and his eyes are important that you see that. So, All right, so I'm going to wipe it down like I'm painting it. And I'm just going to look and see. I don't know. I think I am going to put some puffy stuff on it. I just think it looks cuter like that. Maybe swipe it off his face. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'll do it. I think I'll just swipe them on there. Got it all over my hands. I'm a messy painter. Always have been. I guess I always will be. So on him, I'm going to take this. And again, if I get any of this white on the black, his black head, I can always touch it up. Okay, there's that one. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Again, I'm going to make his hat. And we're going to use this sample. And if you'll notice, I put it right there where that hat comes down. So we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so we're going to do, let me make sure, because I kind of like the angle at what I did that. Now this one's a little bit different, but we're going to do it right here. So I'm going to bring have his hat come to about right here and right here. Oops. I think I was out of frame there. Let me scoot this dude back here and let him dry. Okay, so here we go. We're right here. Right here. Go around the side. Right there. And I'm basically just marking it out where I want his hat to be, right? Okay, right there. Okay. And then we're going to do right here. Now let's go to the side. I like to do my sides. It helps me get a better helps me do this a little bit better. Keeps me in, the lines are a little bit straighter when I do that. Okay, there's that one. And then we're going to do the back side of this, which is right here. Okay. So you just put his head on there any way you want to. So that's what I'm going to do. Go ahead and mark my hat. Let's see, front and back. That'd be the front, that'd be the back. Okay, so we're going to do it right here. Right here. Right here. Okay. Again, trying to keep myself in the frame. I've got paint all over my hands. That's all right. So we're going to do that right there. Okay, I'm going to make us bring us down a little bit further. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to come over on this side. Well, let's eyeball it up here. Right here, let's say. Yep. All right, and we're going to go right here. And I hope you're seeing what I'm doing. I'm trying to make the lines where I can see them front to back, basically. Okay. And again, I've got a shaky hand, but we'll get it all going. So I'm going to take my thick one again, and we're going to paint on his hat. Basically, I'm going to straighten that line up just a little bit. This is the back side. And on these, again, on these, we're doing, I did the holes on the tops of my earrings and the pendant. The independent ones, I drilled a hole through the center of the hat, like that one, okay? I don't have all my holes drilled in my other small pieces. So I'm going to show you that too, so we can drill again together. And I will show you my drill when I get it out. And again, I like that drill. I have a small hand drill, the smaller version, but this push drill, I really like it. It goes right through the clay, and I don't really have to do that much to get it to go through. So it works really good for me. And you know, if something works good for me, just like I told you, the triple thick. I like the triple thick. Some people don't like the triple thick. I like it. It works just fine for me. And I've never had any issues. I've never had it really to pull up or anything like that. Okay, we're going to make this a little wider because I got off my line. I've never had any issues with it. So as long as I don't have any issues with it, I'm going to continue to use it. Now, if I use it and I start having issues with it, I won't use it anymore. But I've used it for a long time. And I've not had any problems with it. So as long as I'm not having issues, and it's protecting what I'm doing with my clay pieces, whether it's glitter, I put it on glitter piece, put glitter in it and use it as glitter pieces. If anything I've ever used it, or just protecting my pieces, it has always worked out well for me, and I've not had any issues. So again, if it's working for me and I'm not having issues, I'm going to use it. Others may not like it, and everybody has, their own opinion. There are a lot of people use resin, and I'm cool with that. But I love the way this goes on really well for me, and I think the way I do it, because I think there's one place, it might be on the Triple Thick website. They will tell you can use a brush on it. But I don't like the way it looks because I think it leaves brush strokes, and I don't like brush strokes. That's why, because jewelry is small, I can just use it basically in small areas. So I don't need to go through a lot of hassle. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so there's his hat on that one. Do his hat on this one. All right, I'm going to put this on here. Then I'm going to do this hat. And then what I want to do is I want to go back and we're going to work on the ornament and the 2 Christmas trees here, okay? And then I think I'll do the small ones off camera, probably is what I think I'll do. So it doesn't take so much time. All right, so here's this. And I just try to get all the white areas, all the areas that I want, to make it look like the hat. I also try to use the side of the Sharpie versus using the point directly. Sometimes I use the point if I have to get into somewhere that's a little harder to get into. But I tried to use the side of the marker so I don't mess up the very tip of the Sharpie. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I kind of use the side, not the, like, point. There are sometimes I'll use that. But mainly I use the side. And it works very well. Okay. Now I'm going to go inside my hat here. Try to get this as best I can. And again, if you'll notice, I'm using my side. Now, I am going to have to use the point on some of this because that's the only way I'm going to get it to go down in there. But more of the point, not completely point. It's still on the side, if you'll notice. I'm still doing the side. All right. Close to having this one done. All right. There is one spot. Ooh, I got it. Good job. Okay, Kim. Way to go. And we're going to do that. Bring that down just a little bit. Bringing his hat down just a little bit. Okay, I'm good with that. Okay. Okay. Now, I think I like that wider. Okay. And again, I'll probably put a second coat on that. All right. So again, I'm going to do the same thing, and then we're going to set these to the side, and we'll let them dry. But I do the same thing. Ooh, sorry. And I just take this, and if you'll notice, it's just, it really is putting just a really neat textured look on it. Fluffy texture. It makes it look like it is a snowman. Okay. Okay. Textured looking snowman. And this, like I said, this is just so much fun because it just gives it character. And it makes it really look really cool. Like I said, up here, got a little bit of white on there. Not a problem. I'll go back there and cover that up. I'll put a second coat on it and we'll cover that up. Okay. And again, I apologize for hitting the camera. Okay. I like that. And I try to make them not look too uniformed. There's that one. The fluffies, I mean, I don't want the fluffies to look too uniform. I'm going to put a little more paint out here. I just need a little bit, though. Just a little squeeze. Come on. Okay. That was more than a little squeeze. Isn't that the way it happens? All right, let me take this. I don't like this piece. Give me just a minute. I'll be right back. All right. I put way too much, but I'll put it back in my bottle here in a minute. Okay, so here we go. And we're doing the same thing. We're just kind of dabbing it, okay? Taking this brush and dabbing it. And this is a cheapo brush. This brush, yeah, I can tell by the metal piece on it. I would guess, but I'm not sure. I would guess this probably came from Dollar Tree, would be my guess. Nothing fancy, that's for sure. I do have some that's fancy, but not this one. All right, so again, we've fluffed it up. You know, made it look like it's fluffy snow. You might even turn it a little bit. Right. And just, that's the way I did the other one. I just kind of turned it all different ways and made it look cool. Because I don't want these to look uniformed. I want the puffies to look, I don't like the way that puffy looks. I want the puffies just to be different. You know, look different ways, not uniformed. Okay. So there's that. Now, I took the brush. This got too much on it. I'm going to dab it off here on my table. And I used this in the way that I did, you know, I was showing you when I did my tree and stuff. I just did this. First, I painted the sides. I think I painted the sides. Let me look. No, that was on this I painted. Okay. Well, I did the edges. I did the edges. And I don't want a lot, okay? Just kind of just a little highlight there, okay? Oops, that's a little more than I want. And you can take your finger, like I do, get it all over you anyway. But just kind of highlight a little bit of it. And then go back and just take your finger and rub some of it off. That's all you got to do. And it highlights it is what it does. It highlights it. Okay. And then, let's get this out and look at it closer. Okay, so here I did the edges. You can see the little glimmer on the edges. Okay. And then I just basically swiped it on the back. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn it over. And we're going to basically swipe it. Just kind of swipe it on there. It's kind of dry, right? You don't have a lot of paint on there. You're just kind of swiping it. And it kind of makes it, you know, it gets into those crevices that we made for our, you know, tree. You know, make it look like it's branches and stuff. And it makes it look really pretty. I think, I didn't do it on this one, but I think I'm going to go back and do it on those other ones because I haven't did the triple thicket. I'm going to put just a little bit of that on the front. Just a little bit. I got it on there. I can clean that off. I'll clean it off with a, there we go. I just want to put a little bit on the front. Just a little bit. Okay. And I can clean those off with some alcohol. I've got some alcohol I can clean it off with. Okay. Just kind of highlight it. There it goes. What do y'all think? Yeah, I think that helped a little bit. So I did do the back, but it's brushed lightly. So I'm going to lay it on its back. It can dry like that. It's not a big deal. Again, I want to do the edges on this one. If we get too much on there, just take your finger and rub it in. Not a big deal. Okay. Put a little bit on front up here. Take my finger, rub it off a little bit. Some on the sides. Okay, just take your finger, rub it off some. Just like that. And it's just kind of giving a little highlight, right? Just highlighting it a little bit. And then I'll do a little bit more up here. Okay. Right here. Just give it a little bit. Just to give it a little more shimmer. Okay, there you go. And then I'm going to flip it on the back, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just kind of, again, it's kind of like dry painting, we're just, whatever we got left on the brush, we're kind of swiping it and making it kind of look cool on the back side. And then we'll brush it off. And it gives us that shimmer like it did with the other one, okay? Kind of like an antiquing looking thing. And we'll go back and look at this one, see? Compare the two. Let's look at them. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, I think it looks cool. Put a little bit here, put a little bit there. Yep. Now, this is the one that I actually, on here, this is a little bit thicker than my original that I did. But I am going to go ahead and paint. See if I can get this to do it. Because it's pretty crazy here because of I'm going to try to get this kind of painted on the side. I may need to get me another paintbrush. Yep. Okay, we're going to do it like this to do the sides here. It's not like real heavy on there. It's just real light. To just give it that shimmer on the side. Okay. Now, once I get done with this, I should have drilled my hole first, but that's okay. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to let these dry. I'm going to pause it for maybe 30 minutes. I'll come back. Everything should be pretty dry by then. And I'll come back. We will put holes in this one. I'll probably go ahead and drill the holes in the little bitty ones. This one, I think it'll be a good one for you all to see because it's a little bit thicker. So it's going to take, I don't know that I've drilled through something exactly this thick. So we'll see how that works out. This did come out a lot thicker than I thought it was going to. All right, and I'm just doing the edges. Just like this. And it's not real thick, okay? It's just, it almost looks like an antique-y looking thing, but I think it looks really nice because it's like, it gives it a shimmer. Too much. It gives it a shimmer, which is, I like shimmer. I like a little glittery, shimmery kind of thing going on. And I think, you know, especially for Christmas, I think it's, you know, we need to do that. We need to make it shimmery and shiny. I do like this piece. It's, like I said, it's thicker than the other one. But I don't know. I kind of like it. All right, so we've got it. Again, I don't have a heavy coat on it, just kind of a light coat, if you will. And that's the way I like it. I just add a little something to it. All right, and then I think I'm going to, now up here, I was going to show you this. Let's go ahead. I need to get another, I got my brush. We'll go ahead and do this while we're at it. This is, it's called Vintage Gold. This one is a Craft Smart. I got it on sale. I like cheap stuff. 50 cents, okay? It's a Craft Smart. It's a metallic vintage gold, or antique gold. And here's the top, so you kind of get an idea of what the color is. So my plan is, let me pick this one up. My plan, okay, is to paint right up here, the top, in that gold. So let's do that. See if I've got a, nope, okay, we're good. I'm going to shake this up. Again, I'm going to put a little bit on my table. I'm going to put these to the side so they can dry. I'm going to put just a dab of gold. Hopefully it's a dab. Okay, a little more than a dab. Now I can put it back in. I'll scoop it up. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. And we're going to go right here. And we're going to paint this. Okay. Now, I think I have a gold paint pen. And I might have should have done that. But I saw this paint and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to try to paint it. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to paint it. Now I'm trying to get, I'm putting this coat on pretty thick because I don't want it to have, I don't want you to be able to see the red through it. I want it to look like it's the top of an ornament. You know, sometimes they're silver, but I wanted this to be gold. And I've got a little bitty, my paintbrush is real little, okay? And I hope you're seeing this because I'm filming this in the evening. Actually, it's Thanksgiving night. And there's shadows. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I think I'm going to go, I kind of want to do, I'm kind of wondering how far I should go up with that. Wondering if I should paint that. I think I'll go ahead and paint it. And then we're going to put a hole in this. So this will need to dry good. And we'll put a hole right where I'm painting actually, but the hole won't be this big. Okay. I just wanted, yeah, there we go. There we go. And if I had used a paint thing, it probably would have been better. But there's what it looks like. And I'm kind of thinking I might take it over to the sides. Just like this to make it look like it has a gold top. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Make it feel like it's got the gold all the way around it. I think I'm going to paint this gold. Yeah, I think we'll just paint it all gold. paint it like it has a gold top. And you're probably thinking, no, don't paint it. Well, I am. Okay, so let's go to the side. Okay, so over here, we did the side. Let's do the top right here. And again, I'm gonna let this dry good. And then I'll pause this. I'll let it dry good and we'll come back. I'll put the holes in this and the holes in the snowman so you can see me drill the holes again. And then by that time it'll be, I'll probably come back after I've already painted the back sides of these two, I think. Because that way this video won't get so long. So, here's this. We have a gold top. All right. And then I'm going to paint this in the back gold. We'll do a little line across here. Put the paint on. There is a shadow, so it's getting hard for me to see this. And again, I'm kind of just dabbing this on there. I don't know if you can tell or not. And I'm trying to cover up the red. I'm putting enough on here where I am covering up the red. I may have to do a second coat, but maybe not. We'll see. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's the top of it. That's the sides, and that's the back. And I think actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until this dries, and then I'm going to put a black line right here to just kind of highlight it. And I might do black along there just to highlight the gold top. Okay, so there's that. I am going to take this, actually this one, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the back. But ultimately what I'm going to do with this back is I'm going to take the triple thick and put some of this glitter in it and do the back. Okay, So, but I just want to do a little bit of this, bring in a little shimmer on the back side of this. Okay, just kind of do this. Oops, I got up in the gold. And do a little bit of shimmer. Okay, just take my finger and rub that out. Or rub that gold out. There we go. And then I'll put some gold flakes on the back. I think it's going to be pretty. All right. And then on the front, I like the front. I'm going to do just a little bit of this. I keep hitting the camera. I'm sorry. Just a little bit of this, dry painting, if you will, on the front, just to give it a little more shimmer. Okay. And where it gets too thick, I'll take my finger and rub it out. Okay, there's that. Kind of looks like snow a little bit, too. Oh, I just stuck my finger in that gold. Okay. Making a mess. Okay. And then I'll clean up these jewels with a little alcohol. Okay. There we go. It just kind of gives it a little extra something. So there's this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this. I have a holder over here. Let me touch up this gold. I have a holder over here that I can set this in straight up and down like this so that this gold can dry. Okay. Okay. Again, I'm just trying to cover up this red that's in here. Okay, there we go. And if we have to put a second coat on it, we can do that, but there's that. All right, so let me show you what I'm going to use to set this in. You're going to think I'm so funny, but I use these all the time. So I have toilet rolls. The paper rolls, I use them. And for all kinds of things. So it's kind of crazy, but they come in real handy. I'm just saying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paper roll. Okay. And we'll set this in here just like this. Okay. It's not touching the back, but it's just kind of sitting in there. Actually, I could, there. Just like that, to let that dry on the back too. So I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to go ahead and do a few things. I want to go ahead and take care of these snowmen that we haven't done anything with. I'll come back and I'll leave one of them that doesn't have a hole so I can show you how I drilled the hole in this one. These, the small ones. And then we'll come back. This will be dried by then, and I can show you how I'm going to drill the hole in this one too. Okay. And I think that's it. And I'm going to pause it, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay. So let's continue this. So everything is dry. I did a little more detail, and I want to show you this real quick on my snowman. I gave him a nose. He already had a nose, but I just colored it in, and I'll show you what I colored him in with. And I colored in his hands, or his sticks for his hands. So let me show you what I did with, how I did that. So what I did is, this is a Sharpie, again, a Sharpie. It is a ultra fine point, okay? So it's got the skinny point on it. Okay. And what I did is I just went where I put his nose in, and I just colored it in. Colored it in with that orange. That's it. And if you see, he's got an orange nose now. So I did that. Get some of that paint's coming off, which is fine because it doesn't need to be in that place where his nose is. Let me just get that off. Okay. All right. So then I took my ultra black here that we used earlier, Sharpie, and I actually went in, made his eyes stand out a little bit more. Then I took it and I actually, I don't know if you can see that, I actually went in where I had carved out his stick hand. And it's not dark, don't want it dark, but it just highlights it a little bit, okay? Again, it just, I think it makes it come to life a little bit more. I need to get a new one of these markers. But if you'll notice, see how that looks? You can see his eyes, you can see the sticks for the hands, and you can see his nose. Now, I may go back and do the buttons, or do the 3 buttons in the black. Oh, let me see if I can do that. We'll do it on this one and see how it looks. And I am going to use the point. This is the fatter one, and I'm going to use the point and go straight down. Yeah. There you go. Oh, yeah. See how it just kind of brings him back to life a little bit. So I think I'm going to go and do that on all of them. I'll go back and do the buttons. But what I wanted to do is come back, drill the hole, and show you how to do that. And basically, I will look at this and I will try to center it in his hat, okay? And I'll put a little marker with my drill. Now, before I start drilling, this is my drill. Again, it is almost, it's actually with the drill bit in there, let's see. It's 7.5 inches long without the drill bits. Before we get started on drilling, this is the name of the drill. It was a 20-piece set. It's called NK Mini Drill Set. It has a bunch of drill bits in it. But let me tell you what I did. I love this drill, but I actually went and bought some Dremel bits. These bits here. This is called the Dremel Drill Bit Set. And it is, the number on it is 628-01. And it's a 7-piece set. The one that I utilize and that's in my drill right now is this one here. It's called a 3/64". Now, I'm not sure what that means, but it's 3/64. And it goes, again, they go from, I don't know if it says on the back. Yeah, here we go. Here's a picture of the back of the drill bits for you. And it says, a 132, a 364. That's the one I use. So the 134 is a 0.8 millimeter. The one I'm using is a 1.2 millimeter hole. That's the one I like, a 1.2 millimeter. That's the one I use. Okay. I just wanted to show you that because, again, I try to leave comments in the, try to leave things in the comments, and sometimes it doesn't work. So I wanted to go ahead and give you that information. All right. So, so I made a little mark on my snowman. So we're going to put it right back where that mark is. Okay. And I start out by just twisting it without pushing on anything. Okay. And if you notice, it'll have some of the clay coming up. I push it on down all the way through until it hits my table. I bring it up. See how the clay is coming out? I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. And then I just push it on through. Real easy. I go front to back. And then I go back to front to make sure my hole is clean. Okay. Then I'll blow that out to make sure that it's clean. And then I'm going to go ahead. Where'd my fat marker go? Oh, here it is. I'm going to go ahead and touch his hat up again. Okay. So we got the black on there. All right. And there is that. So that hole's drilled. I've already drilled the holes on all my other snowmen. And I've made them just exactly like this, other than the 3 buttons right here. And I'm going to do that. I'll do that off camera. Just gives it a little more detail. So here, let me get these crumblies out of the way. Okay. So here's the other one. Like I said, this is a lot thicker. Get the crumbly clay off there. This is a lot thicker. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right in the center. Right in the center. I'm going to do the same thing. Now, with this one, I'm going to go ahead and push down. All I got to do is push down on this thing. That's it. Up and down. It's already gone through. I'm telling you, I love this drill. Look at this. Look at this. See? It's already gone all the way through. I'm going to, because it's thicker, like I said, we're going to unscrew it. I'm going to go back through the front, the back, and do it again. Make sure I got all the crumblies out. That is amazing. I'm impressed, because like I said, I don't think I've ever done a clay piece that's been this thick. All right, and there we go. I've got, again, all the red clay. Now, I think I had showed you before. I have this awl, and I use the awl to kind of just widen out that hole. Oh, I'm sorry, it was off camera, I think. I go down in that hole, and it just widens it out a little bit for me. Go back through this away, widen that up a little bit. Put my awl back in here. I'm going to blow this back out again. All right. All right, so there we go. Our hole's drilled. Now, I'm going to need to touch that up a little bit. Okay, I want to clean this off. And this is what I do. I just try to do it with my hands. You can take a wet wipe. I do have a wet wipe sitting over here, and just take a wet wipe and just clean it off. That's all you got to do. But the drill bits, the Dremel drill bits, does a lot better job. because those other ones that came with it, they're pretty thin. And I don't really like using them. So the Dremel, I just find the Dremel fits in the same housing as the other ones that came with it, and it works better. So I use the Dremel. I am going to take a little bit of my gold, just a very little bit. I've cleaned my brushes out, but I'm going to have to get one of my brushes back out. Oh, I did want to show you one other little thing here real quick. This is the other drill I have, but I haven't even opened it. It's called the Crafter 911. It is a precision pin vise with bits. There it is. Now, actually, this looks pretty good. This one, now I haven't used it, but this one, the drill bits are a lot thicker. They're bigger, actually. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but the drill bits are bigger. They sure are. So, I haven't used it, but, and again, that's the Craft 911. I got, let's see, made in China. I'm sure I got it probably off Amazon or somewhere like that. So, I do like the drill bits that's in this one. And I bought this after I had the other one. I don't know why I do that sometimes. Really didn't need it, but bought it anyway. So, I'm going to put this back in here. And I think I had showed you before, this is my case that I keep it in on my... And I have my drill bits, and also have my X-Acto knife in this case. So... And guess what's waiting on the side? Oh, yes. Okay. So, I'm going to, again, I need to shake this up. Let me shake this paint up real quick. Shake it up. I'm only going to get a little bit because I want to go ahead and be able to, there we go. I want to go ahead and be able to use the triple thick. So I'm just going to cover this up. And there we go. Just a little bit. Okay. So, it didn't take much. Cleaned it up just a little bit. Okay. So, I'm going to pause this just a second. I'm going to let it dry just a few minutes. We'll come back. And then I'm going to show you how to do the triple thick. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So what I have here, we're going to do this little guy. I've gone ahead and poured, here's the triple thick. Okay. And that's by Deco Art. And I've gone ahead and poured a small amount of the triple thick and a larger amount. The smaller amount, I'm going to put some of this glitter in it to do the back of the ornament, okay? And then I'm going to use the clear on this guy. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to do the clear on him. So, I have, this came from Dollar Quarter Tree. It's a standard grip matte. And I'm going to pull it out of the package. and it's got a film on it, and you just pull back that film, okay? So let's do it this way. And I'm going to pull back the film. I don't think I'm going to take the film all the way off. I'm going to try to do it without it. Well, it won't stay back. Okay. Maybe I will take the film all the way off. I'll take the film all the way off. Okay. So I'm going to put my little snowman there. And this ornament thing right here. Okay. So I have toothpicks. This is how I put the triple thick on. So we're going to do, here is the glitter. I'm going to take the small amount. Let me push this out of the way. Get those guys up there out of the way a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take this glitter right here that I have. I'm going to open it up. And I have a scoop. It's kind of weird. It's a scoop on a straw. That's what I found that was handy. I've got other things, but this is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to take just a little scoop of this glitter right here. I'm going to put it in the triple thick. We're going to stir it up. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm stirring it up. I'm going to stir it up really good. I think this is, I'll put just a little bit more glitter. I don't want it like a real heavy glitter. I just want a little glitter because I don't want it to take away from the markings that we put on the back. Remember we put the paint on there? I want that to show through. So I don't want it to be, you know what, I kind of like this. I'm going to just use this. I don't think I'm going to put any more glitter in it. So that's what I got. I just put a little scoop of it in there. Alright, so let me put the top back on the glitter. If I don't, I'll make a mess. Alright, so that's taken care of. So, I'm going to move this over here where I can get to it. I'm going to move it back. And here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to, I want to stir that just a little bit more. And I'm just going to put it on here. Just like this. Okay. And I'm going to take it all the way down to the end. To get it to the edges. This is thick. It stays pretty good on the edges. Like, there are some glazes that I've used in the past that doesn't stay on real well. Okay, let me rephrase that. It does stay on well. The problem is that what it does is it draws away from the edges. And you have to keep adding glaze. Well, I've not had that problem with this. This has always worked out really well for me. And like I said, I like this. And it gives it a dome because it's thick. It gives it a little bit of a dome effect. But it also does, it kind of what do they call that? Leveling, self-leveling. That's what the word I'm trying to use. Now you don't want to put too much, because if you put too much, it'll overflow. You'll have a mess to deal with. You'll have to do some sanding, and you don't want to do any sanding. So again, I just pull it. I just pull it over, run it to the edges. Okay. And it gives it this gloss, just a really pretty gloss finish. Almost like glass, a glass finish. That's what I'm trying to say, glass looking finish. I really like it. But I don't use a brush. And people complain because they say it leaves brush strokes. Well, I don't use a brush. I just don't. Jewelry, when you have focal pieces like this, jewelry-wise, if you can just do this on small pieces like this, this is the way I like it. Now, there are some resins. If you've got bigger things that you're doing from an art perspective, there is resins that you mix that are geared more towards the bigger pieces, bigger art pieces, if you will. But when I'm doing a focal piece, they're not big. They're small. And this works out great for me. I just, again, I would much rather put this on. I used to use varnish, Varathane. And I do still sometimes. I'm not going to say I never use Varathane, because I do. I still use it. But it's real thin. Real thin. It looks nice. I mean, it protects it. I'm not going to say it looks nice. But it does protect your piece. But I have used Varathane. And like I said, I don't know. I've gotten away from using, if I don't have to use the resin, I just don't use it. Now, if you'll notice, when I went to do this, I went around this hole. I don't want to put the glaze in the hole. I'm staying away from that. I'm going around the hole. The reason why is because I don't want to have to try to pull out resin out of that hole. Okay? It does tend to pull things up, and we don't want that to happen. So just be very careful. Go around the hole. All right, now I don't know if you can see this, but it's so pretty. It's just got the gold fleck in it. Just gives a little something in the back. Okay, so I'm going to leave that sitting there. I might use that on the back of the trees. I don't know if I will or not. Maybe. I got some left. Okay, so let's turn it around. Let me bring it up closer to you so you can see this. See that? Isn't that pretty? And it gives it, it's got a gold sparkle to it in the back. Isn't that nice? That's going to be so pretty. That's going to be beautiful. Now, this will dry in 30 minutes. Now, I won't touch it until tomorrow, though. It'll be fully dried tomorrow. Okay, but there it is. It's got that sparkle, like a glass finish. It's like resin. I mean, it is like resin in a lot of ways. All right, so let's do a little snowman. I'm going to get another toothpick. Okay, and we're just going to I'm going to do it this way because it's real small. So I'm just going to do it this way. I'll bring it over here closer to me so I can see it better. Okay. And here we go. We're just going to do this. And again, I love the way it goes on. I just get kind of a toothpick full and plop it on there and spread it. And I think what I'll do, I'm done with this. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause this. Oh, I just covered the hole up. Didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. On small pieces, it's kind of hard not to do that. Kind of forgot about it. But again, and that just gives it a clear coat. We don't have any sparkle or anything like that in it, but that's okay. I'm going to try to get some of that out. I don't think I pressed hard enough on those. Okay, I took a little bit of it out, but it's going to fill back up. Yeah. It's okay. Like I said, if I need to drill it out, I can. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this, and then I will come back and show you this side of the finished pieces. Or maybe I might come back and show you all of the finished pieces. But this is what we have. This is what we have, okay? And it's like, it really is like a glaze or glass. It has a glass look to it, really. Okay, so I'm going to pause this. I'm not going to do any more on here. We're going to pause this. And I think what I'll do is I'll just end it here. And then I will have a video, I think, of the finished products. That's what I'll do. So that, you know, we're cutting this off. But anyway, this is what it looks like. This is the way I put the glaze on. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Again, I will try to remember to answer your questions. If I can't leave something in the comment for you. Just to let you know, I'm having a little bit of a hard time doing that. But so I'll come back in a few days, and we'll do the finished product, show you what we've got out of these and what they look like after we've put the triple thick on them. And then the next video, I think I'm going to do a wood project with you, a Christmas wood project. So, all right, well, you all have a good evening, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.